Good afternoon and welcome to Sheldopedia. It's Sheldon Betteridge here on today's show. We're gonna G'day. Right now I'm gonna to mm, 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 um mm, um we're gonna um mm, um I'm gonna tell you real quick about a free selection of the commission point with some rule for feathers coming up after I played. After I played, mm, um, mm, mm, I'm gonna play, mm, Bigger by Minskin on Sheldopedia on Arrow FM.
Put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, darling. Riding high when I was king, I played it hard and fast, 'cause I had everything. I walked away, you want me then, but easy come and easy go, and it wouldn't. So anytime I bleed, you let me go. Yeah, anytime I feel, you got me, no. Anytime I see, you let me know. But the plan and see, just let me go. I'm on my knees when I'm begging, 'cause I don't wanna lose you. Hey, yeah, ra-da-da-da, 'cause I'm begging, begging you. Put your love in the hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you. Put your love in the hand out, darling. I need you to understand. Try so hard to be your man, the kind of man you want in the end. Only then can I begin to live again. An empty shell I used to be, the shadow all my life was hanging over me. A broken man that I don't know, won't even stand, that never stands to be my soul. Why we're chewing, why we're chasing, why the bottom, why the basement, why we got good, she don't embrace it, why the feel for the need to replace me. You're the wrong way, trying to good, or went up in a feature town where we could be at, like a heart in the best way, shit. You can give it away, you have, and you took the bait, but I keep walking on, keep opening the door, keep open for, that the door is yours, keep also home, 'cause I'm the one that live in a broken home, girl, I'm begging. Yeah, yeah, I'm begging, begging you to put your love in the hand now, baby. I'm begging, begging you to put your love in the hand now, darling. I'm finding hard to hold my own, just can't make it all alone. I'm holding on, I can't fall back. just a calm, but your face is black. I'm begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, darling. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, darling. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you to put your loving hand out.
That was speaking by Minskin on Sheldopedia on Arrow FM. One was a high fat former radio talk host Shock Willie Jackson would have matured since his elevation to cabinet. Remember when he and his fellow Midwest radio host, former Labour Cabinet Minister John Tamahiri later themselves in hot water have hosted despicable Rosebuster 16 to win by interviewed a friend, one of the teenage victims. The host talked about teenage drinking and why girls were ever parties without their parents' consent. He'll sure be drinking anyway, short by because going by the name of Army was as healthy and easy. I'll use kids these days. Jackson later apologized for a tenor for the interview. Today he should be apologizing again for receiving a simple legitimate question when he also asked his constituency in the Murray Development Minister on his way to Parliament debating Chamber about Koha. Did he give a Koha a moderate diet to the Murray mob when he went to the Hui last May? The Human Rights Commission Paul Hunt slightly scorn of opposition political parties for giving a mob $200 at the same Hui. Rather than answering a question, Jackson $200 jurors accused him of being stupid. That's a stupid question, Jackson says. I'm tired of those stupid types of questions that we're talking about is carrying to Kanga here. If you go anywhere, you give koha. Fair fears that he did the donated, but Jackson now above scrutiny. Judging by his behaviour, being asked about it would be seem to be the case. It appears as near away from here. He's generous with a text by his piggy bang, shuts the phone, call her. Arthur again refuses to answer another stupid question. Whether he talk about Murray ministers visiting Christchurch prison full of criminals where their gangs, their mongrel mob Black Power youth gang. Gangs, did we give a koha? Absolutely, because that's how Tikanga we invited there. Jackson went on to say racialized by saying it's not about giving donations to the mongrel mob. They people ask that he give money, he insists he will be giving donations to any gangs. But he also unapologetic for carrying his Tikanga with her at all times. Then a young Murray journalist tried to ask Jackson about upholding the kind of people who harm own people, but even bed for women. Jackson interrupted again, hissing, "You are standing there silly as some of a question to come out way before hitting a dump button." Please from here do please Koha schedule shows in the Electoral Chief Human Rights Commissioner that is this is from News Talk ZB.
Weekdays from Well, what a revelation that the Chief Human Rights Commissioner gave a couple of $100 koha to the mighty mongrel mob kingdom when he went to their hui. As I've said before, I don't have a problem with him going to the hui. I think conversation's a good thing. A couple of $100 is not a lot of money in the scheme of things, but it's the principle. What is he doing, giving any taxpayer money to the mongrel mob? Did that not set off any alarm bells for this guy? I mean, giving money to an organisation, some of the members of which profit off infringing on other people's human rights, didn't seem like a bit of a problem. He's refusing to give interviews, but in a statement appears completely unapologetic about this, essentially saying he did nothing wrong. He said, quote, "I was doing my job." Quote, "The provision of koha is entirely culturally appropriate. To not offer koha at that porphyry would have been extremely disrespectful." That's BS. Green Party co-leader Marama Davidson was there. She didn't give a koha. You don't have to give a koha. It's not an entry fee. It's a gift willingly given. The problem here actually, though, is bigger than that koha, right? The appointment of this guy was a mistake. He's not very good at his job. Compare him to other commissioners and you see how ineffective he is. Children's Commissioner, for example, always in the media demanding better for children. Privacy Commissioner, always in the media, constantly publicly warning organisations, giving people free advice. Human Rights Commissioner, when was the last time you heard this guy say something worthwhile? And there is a massive problem right now that he should be weighing in on. I mean, if you accept that the right to shelter is a human right, then what we have going on in this country right now with a housing shortage so bad that families are crammed into motels is a massive human rights issue, if not a human rights crisis. Have you heard Paul Hunt on the telly or on the radio or in the newspapers demanding better from the government over this massive housing issue? No. 4 days ago, the UN declared our housing crisis a breach of human rights. Paul Hunt welcomed the report, recommended the government seriously consider the 27 recommendations, and then went back to doing whatever he fills his days with. Didn't hear from him again. Now, I'm not sure how much credibility this guy, or in fact his office, has any more. But whatever was left has been eroded big time by him giving taxpayer money, for God's sake, to a gang.
Heather Duplessis.
This is from Heather Duplessis Allen from News Talk ZB. Next song will be it will be Heartbreak Anniversary by Given.
Balloons are deflating. Guess they look lifeless like me. We miss you on your side of the bed. Still got your things here. They stare at me like souvenir. Don't wanna let you out my head. Just like the day that I met you, the day I thought forever. Said that you love me, but that'll last forever. It's cold outside, like when you walked out my life. Why you walk out my life? I get like this every time. On these days that feel like you and me. Heartbreak anniversary. 'Cause I remember every time. On these days that feel like you and me. Heartbreak anniversary. Do you ever think of me? No. No, no, no. Ooh, nah. I'm building my hopes up, like presents unopened till this day. I still see the messages you read. I'm foolishly patient. Can't get past the taste of your lips. Don't wanna let you out my head. whenever it's cold outside. Like when you walked out my life. Why you walk out my life? I get like this every time. On these days it feel like you and me. Heartbreak anniversary. 'Cause I remember every time. On these days it feel like you and me. Heartbreak anniversary. Do you ever think of me? Oh, me. 'Cause I think of you, think of you.
Bell's heartbreak interpreted by given on Sheldopedia on Arrow EV. Bakawa splashed 36.6 million on private security guards for MIQ hotels in 8 months after it was announced it will use its own guards instead. Despite ending its contracts with 50 security companies, a number of private security guards work at hotels each day has now increased by about 20%. First guards amid struggle for the government to recruit its own guards are with just 48 working so far. Figures obtained by RC show in January about 244 private security guards were working at MIQ hotels every 24 hours. House costing $198,000. In May, Pharaoh's to 291 guards. But costing $133,000 per day. $133,000 per day. The drop of boat could be Ferrari's MIQ being less full. New Zealand Security Association Chief Executive Gary Morrison initially welcomed to move away from a private companies, but he was let down. The training is no different. We also talk about providing We also talk about providing better wages and big emphasis on providing better training. Better training. But we're very disappointed if that's not the case. They're very not the case. Very not the case. Not the case for faculty that training is no different to what private security staff were being provided previously. So the ratio has changed, has to be questioned, he said. The Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment (MBA) wanted to fill 156 security roles racially, but only 48 people have been employed despite 634 applications. These people are working alongside the Defence Force, ASEC, and the private security guards from Food Security, and the Ministry said they are offered in training in situational safety, tactical communication, and in mental health, for instance, certificate of approval. Morrison said for most private security guards work about 55 hours per week. And they get paid for a little wage, but the job offer for military was less appealing. When anybody has come from a federalist offer when it fixed for contract, so there's no security continuity at end of that term. When anybody has come over contracts, there no security federal continuity at the end of that term. There no security either. Effective, they will be offered slightly higher wages, but the hours kept. So effectively, a lot of staff are looking for paid degrees for FAK week MBIE, he explained. COVID's governance still requiring healthcare's COVID-19 response as the growth sector said for other reason. So it's for sure for fear of variety of things, they are just balancing up fair ones, just making sure we've got a right kind of workforce there. There's still only a limited number of people that are available to do that work, but we'll finish bringing more of these roles in the house, he said. He was unsure when exactly when it will happen. For government affairs announced war hire their own security force to slip up when the guy used Snapchat to post the nice remembers and arrival of departure of days of 27 returnees in April. A guy was fired for making unwanted contract rule for returnee. One that was to court line about having been tested for COVID-19 after tested positive and passed the virus on to a colleague. Morrison said people working to different roles and pay expectations was risky. Private affairs rationalised. In a statement, MIK head Brigadier Rose Good conveyed the military had trimmed down the number of different private employees from 60 to 1, rationalised to strike within a security force that did not tend to completely stop using private security guards. We need to retain one private security company so we have some certain capacity and consciously support across our 31 felicities, he said. GC once the recruitment process was complete, the secretary would still provide 15% of the workforce, about 130 security staff for ungoverned agencies would make around 85%. It union organisation met Danaher said could be given to have multiple security providers available. It probably does make sense to have people from different agencies and different providers who can be brought in different times and fill different roles where levels can be increased and required and then be reduced, he said. because it really is weaker than MIK and it doesn't have an impact on family life in ways that other jobs might not. So being cycle people through and then again at some point are probably a good thing as well. RNZ will also request that other security guards regularly when villages were under control of the Ministry of Health. It refused the request. Because only security companies themselves will know how many were working. Next song I will be playing is it will be I will be playing Pump for Brakes by Don Dollar.
1380, 61. Alright. Close the hood, grab the keys, baby, who you trying to please? I just wanna drive you fast, turn you around and bring you back. Push the pedal, spin the wheels, I know how to make you feel. Baby, I ain't playing games, just shut the door and pump the brakes. Close the hood, grab the keys, baby, who you trying to please? I just wanna drive you fast, turn you around and bring you back. Push the pedal, spin the wheels, I know how to make you feel. Baby, I ain't playing games, just shut the door and pump the brakes.
That was that was $10 pump for brakes on Sheldopedia on Arrow FM. Several Republican governors will be alleging vaccine rights in New South have used research to accept Joseph Biden administration comes under pressure to reopen U.S. borders. This to overseas visitors for Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson and West Virginia's Jim Justice and Spears Cox from Utah warned against vaccine hesitancy, which some disease experts, including a White House chief, Pfizer and Valley Cook create two types of America where in a race. Hutchinson says state reunion on Sunday about 32% of people in Arkansas are fully vaccinated, compared to 47.9% nationwide, according to Johns Hopkins University. If we start way here, if we did a greater percent of population vaccinated, we're going to have a trouble in the next school year and over the winter. Facility said it's the vaccinations of 4th of July address on Sunday. Joe Biden called vaccination our most patriotic thing you can do. So the US has moved to a new phase of virus response, but he warned the country wonder while the country is closing either to declare our independence of deadly virus, but if it's not complete, we got a lot more work to do, he says. Justice told ABC this week, these states will probably have a lot of people are very conservative and you think and they think, well, don't have to do that, but they're not thinking right. West Virginia has been offering vaccine and citizens from colleges from 300 and vaccinations similar rates to vaccination to Arkansas. When it really boils right down to the they see the right to be themselves justice. We have a lottery states if you're vaccinated. We're going to give you stuff welfare, another lottery for them, and it's a death lottery. Cost called Utah's low vaccination rates troubling and placed blame on state's youthful population. He told CBS his vaccination hopefully the C reason will rule. Cost Dallas illusion has changed research to attempt vaccination cards in a recent Washington Post ABC News poll. Tried several percent of people who would not be vaccinated said they probably would not get the shots. But the vote corresponds to political influence to the survey found with 86% of Democrats and only 45% of Republicans received one vaccine shot. 6% Democrats and 47% of Republicans said they are unlikely to get the shot. With whenever considered Delta variant of coronavirus will cause outbreaks in the US. Fauci said, I don't think we are going to see anything nationwide because fortunately we have a substantial proportion of a population vaccinated. It's going to be regional. We're going to see, and what I said, almost two types of America. Pieces of research of vaccination and rest states read to Fauci warned the Sunday for vaccinations could go over extra step with wearing and when travelling past the countries with low rates. If you put up the environment, if you have high level of viral dynamics and below the level of vaccine, you might want to go the extra step even the vaccinated is highly effective. Fauci told NBC's Meet the Press. Fauci added, the situation was limitable when you talk about affordability of hospitalization and death is serious at a treatment most of these are avoidable and preventable. But when it comes to the administration for COVID response coordinator chief science acknowledged that as nearly mystical 70% of the adults have at least shot by the 4th of July. I think we are much further along than anyone would anticipate at this point, with 2 of the 3 adult Americans with at least one shot. Science told CNN nothing. Noted that 9% of age 65 will have had received one shot. The situation gets out of the Biden administration comes under increased pressure to lift international travel restriction has been in place since March 2020. Steve Scher. For president of a trade group, Travel Technology Associate told the Hill on Monday that administration travel fares were frozen in time. With exceptions for citizens, green card holders and students and some family members, use entry bans remain in place for travellers from China, Iran, European Union, the United Kingdom, Ireland, Brazil, India and South Africa. We believe it's possible now, at least for countries of low risk, to start reopen international travel. To the US told the outlet, the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken came under pressure late last night for European heads to require the US for recently reopening to the borders to vaccinate travellers from the US. I can't put a date on it, Blinken said at a press conference on 25th June. I can tell. Yeah, we're working effectively right now, and we're like France and like other partners in Europe by vaccinating and looking for the restoring travel, but we have to guide by science, we have to be guided by medical expertise. So, America's handling COVID-19 is not very bad now compared to Trump's administration, which badly mishandled it. No wonder he caused 600,000 people to die when they don't need it to. Next up is a classic metal song, which is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. There was who. That was From Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica on Sheldopedia on Airview. Well, right. Next song I will be playing is next song I'll be playing. Next song I'll be playing is the new. Next song. Next song I'll be playing is Two Try by Kaya Shu. Constitution by Kakagugu on Sheldopedia on REV. Right now, I will be playing I will be playing that song from right now I'll be playing a song from the 90s over 2000s, which is I'm gonna be playing Lady Hawks My Delirium on Sheldopedia on Arrow FM.
Heartbeat, your man double time.
That was my delivery by Lady Hawk on Sheldopedia on Arrow FM. The fact of the day is the average age of death is 2.5 miles, 4 kilometres. Well, that is it for Sheldopedia. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye bye.